Hi everybody and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Charlotte and I am going to share with you guys my budgeting stuff. But first, grab a cup of coffee, tea, I'm drinking tea right now, and kind of sit down and go along with my little journey here as it is. So first let me take a drink because I'm thirsty. So the debt-free journey I am on currently. I had to collect my thoughts there. I am trying to get back to being debt free. I have been debt free for maybe about 6 months, if even that. We won't go into that very much, but I paid off my student loans, my car, my credit cards, hospital bills, things like that in 2018 or 2019. I can't remember exactly when that was. I apologize for that, but I do have videos in the past. I will link the playlist down below of me going through budgets and trying to pay off everything. And I think I made an announcement when I was debt free or stuff like that. But in February of 2020, I was having car problems and I just was like, okay, I'm going to go out and look at new cars. And I ended up buying a new car in February of 2020. And of course, I did have money saved up and I did opt to go the brand new car route because I figured I can afford a brand new car. I've never had a brand new car. Then in March of 2020, the world became what it was in 2020. But then in May of 2020, April and May of 2020, I had two stray female cats that ended up having two sets of kittens. So one from one female cat and one from another female cat. And I ended up with several kittens that when you're in the middle of a world pandemic, it's very hard to try to get people to take free kittens. And I'm glad it worked the way that it did because I do love my boys and Oreo, but it is financially very expensive to have all those cats all at one time. I did my part. I spayed and neutered as many as I could catch. But with all of that became all the medical bills for the spaying and the neutering. I went through my vacation fund because I'm not going anywhere in 2020, or I didn't go anywhere in 2020. So I used my vacation fund. I depleted my vet fund and had to move on to my vacation fund to pay for the cats. And then I think a year later, I had yet to recover from all of that. And I had 3 of my inside cats have to need dental work. Let's just say things happen. I'm glad I have credit cards for when things happen. But because of that, as soon as I put stuff on the credit card, I just start putting it on there, and I want to get away from that. And it's very difficult to get to that process. So I am yet again using the Undebt It app or website, whatever you want to call it. And here it is for you. I'm currently on my dashboard. And on this, I'm trying out the 30-day free trial because my payoff plan is a custom plan. It's one that I chose the order that I want to pay them off in, and it's not based off the snowball or the avalanche or cash flow index or any of that type of stuff. It's my own, and I'll go into the reasons why I decided to pay them off in this order because I just got frustrated with everything. So this is just the dashboard. Once you get your debt set up, and you can go into, I believe it's this one, and I have a tutorial. I don't know how good it is since I've did the tutorial a couple years ago. I don't know of any advancements, but it's pretty self-explanatory when you get in here and start clicking around. But the debt accounts, if you have a new debt, you can add it right here and it will pop up with one of these screens right here. And in this one, it will kind of show you where your balance is at, how much you have left to pay, credit utilization, blah, all of that type of stuff. Over here, you can title it whatever you want it to title it, so that way you know what it is. You can do what type of account you want, and here are all the different options. Your balance, what your highest balance was, the next due date. your monthly payment, interest rate. I am actually paying more than the minimum payment, so I just went ahead and put it in here because I like nice round numbers. And then down here in the account settings, because I am doing my own custom payment plan, payoff plan, I said to include in the payoff plan and put it as number 1 because this is my focus, because this monthly payment of $525 is just so much that I just want to get rid of it. Even the minimum payment being $399.46, the actual minimum payment, that's still a lot of money. So I wanted to pay off that because it is such a huge chunk of money and be able to pay the car off first and then move that $525 because then I would be able to pay off the credit cards that have the higher interest rate a lot faster than just trying to pay off the credit cards. And because if you only have an extra $100 or extra $200 every single month, and you're putting them to the credit card, you still have the car payment. And so in my mind, this was the easiest route. And having gone through the debt snowball plan where you pay off your smallest balance first and move whatever you're paying towards that smallest balance, once you've paid that off, you put that amount towards the next lowest and next lowest until you get to the highest, and all that you've been paying towards debt for however many years is now going to that last highest debt. I've done that. I did that previously, and it works. It works. But I was focused on this $525. It's such a large amount. And I'm like, that's $525 that I could be putting into a savings account. And I can't because I have debts to pay off. So once we get through this, you'll see kind of what my thought process is. But it's pretty simple right here. You can do credit cards and it does the same thing. You can put your credit limit. I have mine blocked off because you don't need to see what my credit limit is. I love you guys, but I'm not about to share that amount of information with you guys. But as you can see, it's quite high, especially the interest rate is very high. I didn't realize it had gone up that high, and I pay my credit card back every single month. So I don't know why it's that high. Business credit card. This is the credit card that I have that has all of my business expenses on it. And the reason why this one is so high is because in 2020, I also had a computer go out on me and I needed to buy a new computer. And I ended up buying an iMac. And for those of you that know, Apple machines are quite expensive, even if you get the base of the line. I did not get the base of the line iMac. I also did not get the professional iMac that's out there. I went ahead and got the regular middle of the grade iMac, not the professional, just the middle of the grade, enough to do my YouTube videos, edit them. I'm not some great filmographer and doing all of these additional things to my videos. It's just enough to get something to you guys, and it's, informational type stuff. And then the payoff order down here is number 3. Now this credit card was one that I did an account transfer to back when I was first previously paying off my debt in 2016, something like that. So when I did do the account transfer, this card did have a promotional interest rate. So when I did set this up previously, I had the use promo rate, and it was a 0% interest rate for, I think, like 18 months after I did it. So when I did all of that, it told me when the rate was good through. And so I put the month and the year right here, and then it calculated the monthly interest that would go into that once it was done. But since this is no longer under that 18-month plan, it has a regular interest rate as well. So that's what this part right here is. If you are doing the account transfer to another credit card and you get that like 0% interest or 1% interest or something like that, that's where you can put it right here. Home security is my last debt, and the reason why it is the last debt, well, home security, it's a loose thing. I did not want to put home security equipment loan. This is a loan to purchase the home security equipment when I upgraded my home security system. So the new wall tablet that's in the wall, as well as the 3 cameras, and also some other like some of the window things were not working properly on the old system, so we added new ones in onto some of the windows, and some other things were added as well. So that was what this loan is for, is to pay for all of that type of stuff. And it started off at $3,734, and we're now down to $2,365, and that's just by paying the minimum payment of $62.25. It helps when there's not a 0% interest, and that is the reason why this is the last one to get paid off, because it has 0% interest, and it will not have interest at all. Even when I get to like the end of this, there's no good through date. It's just a flat, I'm paying for the equipment. It's a 0% interest. So that is the reason why it is my last loan to pay, or last debt to pay. It's because of that 0%. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the payment plans. So down here in the payment plans, you can actually see, you can compare the methods. If you're curious about them, you can kind of like, okay, this gives you the reasoning why on some of the steps. So this is the debt snowball. I know somewhere in here there's something that tells you, like, gives an explanation to all of these. I'm just not quite sure where that's located. But debt snowball is the lowest balance first and moving down to the highest balance. Debt avalanche is the highest interest to the lowest. Oh, here it is. The highest interest debts are paid off first. Balance is not factored in. The debt ratio is a unique and effective way to combine the benefits of the snowball and avalanche methods. None of these work the same way with what I want, the way my mind was figuring it out. I wanted to pay the car, credit card number 2, business credit card, and then the home security loan. None of these, when I tried them out, none of them work that way, except for doing the custom one that I'm doing right now. And you can do also custom where it's the highest is first, the highest number is first, but I'm doing the lowest number. What I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4. And here is the custom play for me, my custom payoff plan. And because I am using the 30-day free trial, I am able to do this. I'm testing this out, and I'm more than likely going to pay the $12 for the year to go ahead and actually get this, because I want to be able to keep track of my custom payoff plan when I start doing this a little bit later. So, but right now I'm doing the 30-day trial, and yes, so that's what we're doing right now. And this is easy enough where you can drop and click and do all types of stuff over here. And then you can also choose which one you would prefer over here as well. Okay, let's go to the table. And it's currently, because I'm filming this in October, it's currently showing October, but I want to start in November and focus on this. So this shows you $525 to the car loan for November, $125, $195, $62.25. Total interest, total payments of $907.25. Then over here, car loan, it's because I should only have about $508 left remaining in December, so I will be able to pay off the car in December. I will take whatever remains from the $525 minus the $508 over here, and I will add it to credit card number 2 payment. Right now, it's not there. As you can see, the total payment is at $891. So I will take that additional $16, I think, and put it over. I'm really not good at math. I apologize. 16, 17, something like that. Something in between $15 and $20 will go to credit card number 2, and then I will just pay the $195 to the business and $62.25. Then starting in January, I will pay $650, which is the $525 plus $125 to the credit card number 2. I will try I'm going to have to look at how this fits into the plan for January. But I think I'm going to try to bump that up an additional $25 and do $675 each month. And hopefully I can get the card paid off in May of 2025. I will just have to let go of something in another area of my life, which I'm okay with. I mean, it's $25 for a couple months, and then I can see if it's okay to do that, continue on with the 675 and add it over here, and hopefully we can get this going down as well and get it paid off by September. We'll see. It always depends on how bad the electric bills are in the summertime here, because that really does affect everything. And then once we get the business credit card paid off in either September or October, we'll take that full $845 and put it towards the home security. So that would be a total of $907.25 to go, and hopefully we can get the home security paid off. It's saying by December, but I'm yet again going to aim for November. I'm going to aim. I won't be unhappy if I can't get there, but I'm going to aim for that. And like I said, it's okay to go without. I may actually think about, I have $100 every month going into my emergency fund. My emergency fund it will get me by for the next 2.5 months if I ever lose my job to live the way that I'm living right now. So I'm thinking about taking that $100 and just adding it on to this and not have it go into savings and try to get the debt paid off, and then I can pick back up with a larger amount going into my emergency fund to get it fully funded for 3 months of possibly being unemployed. Something to be worried about, because the world is the way it is right now. But as you can see, it kind of gives you a rundown of everything here and a little monitor. And as you go through and start paying things off, that has this new feature over here, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Especially if you're doing stuff to, like me, where it's Instagram or any of that type of stuff, or I can take these and add them to my videos if I'm choosing to do debt-free stuff. But it can say this month, this amount paid off, left to go. Then this one, I've paid off this amount. I mean, they have so many that you can do over here. They also have your debt-free journey, and it kind of gives you a little rundown of everything that you've paid towards everything over here, and then printable table that you can print off for each of your debts. And it has the little thermometer down here to where you can actually, like, as you get there, you've paid off so much. And so, I mean, for people that are visual people, printing this out and putting it up somewhere is absolutely brilliant, because they have these other places that people have put up. But this kind of gives you like the month, the payment goal that you're trying to do, like me, the 525, and then the actual payment 530, something like that, and your balance goal, how much you want it to go down in your actual balance. And then you can kind of tell, especially when you come over to your dashboard and, oh, where is it? Maybe it's in each account. I'm sorry. I've lost where it's at. Where over here, where it's, you have 4% left to pay. So I could print that out and fill up the entire thermometer except for like right just above the 5. So I've paid off, I could go all the way up here just above 95% because I only have 4.1% left to pay. So I could have that thermometer completely filled out and then just, 2 months worth of stuff if I wanted to. So this does have a lot of stuff. If you use YNAB, I believe you can sync to it because of this over here. I don't use YNAB, so that's okay. I'm not looking into that. And then you have your overall progress, all of this stuff over here. And then, yeah, that's it. So there's other things in here, payoff history, additional payments. I believe you can set up new bills or something like that. I'm not focused on that. I can come in here and easily update stuff. But I hope that everybody has enjoyed this video. Like I said, I am slowly working. It seems slowly, but it's actually pretty fast compared to what I've gone through in the past. But I think it's because I've gone through this once before, that my entire focus is not just paying the minimum payment, but it is focused on paying as much as I can afford without stressing about money. So I know a lot of people are not able to pay that amount of money towards things. I consider myself very lucky to be able to put that amount of money towards their debts. Of course, the minimum payments for my credit cards are around the $100 mark, between $1 and $100 and $130. So it's like I'm only bumping it up a couple dollars. I have decreased areas of my life like my crafting, my entertainment. I've decreased those budget items each month so that way I could focus on trying to get some of the stuff paid off. And like I said, I am saving money. However, that $100, in 1 year, that's $1,200 saved, but it's right now, I have enough, like I said, I can go probably about 2.5 months of being unemployed if that should happen and still live within the realms until I'm able to find a job. So that's where I'm kind of thinking going, well, maybe I should go ahead and just take that money and put it towards debts and try to get them paid off that much faster. So another thing that helped me on the car, and it's not in here, but in beginning of September of 2022, I still owed $6,999 on the car, just under. I paid enough to get it below that 7,000 mark, so that way I could see a 6 instead of a 7. And I decided one thing that I was going to do was close out my 5-year CD that I had and close it out early. And it was supposed to mature in May of 2024. And I actually chose to close it out early, paid the penalties. Luckily in my case, it was only $75. I say only like it's nothing. $75 is a lot of money. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm actually saving myself a lot of money because when you go back to this dashboard, nope, not there. When you go back into the table and you see how much each month you're paying in interest rates and interest, 145, 148, 142, 137. When I looked at the CD and by the time it would mature, I would only have an additional $400 from interest on the CD that I could save that with this in 4 months right there. 3 months, 3.5 months, So that's why I ended up closing out the CD. And luckily the bank that the CD was with is also the bank that is with my car loan. So I was able to take the CD amount, put it into my checking account, and then from there, I automatically transfer the money over into my car loan, auto loan. And yes, so I started off October of 2025 at $1,500 owed, and I paid the $525. So now I'm down to that $1,000 that's out there, 129 or 1,029. So that was my plan. I'm like, I can do this. I can do it. I can fully own my car by Christmas, before Christmas, but I have to wait for the title to come in the mail. So most likely will be around Christmas when the title comes. So I am so excited about that. If you couldn't tell, I'm so excited. It's always a fun thing when you've paid off a car. I've only done it one other time, and it was kind of nice having the title of the car in my hands and, you know, knowing I own the car. So I can't wait to have that again, especially when it'll have only been 2 years and 8 months, 6 months, something, almost 3 years, like in between 2.5 and 3 years to take for me to pay off the car. And I think that's absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited about it. So again, I hope that you enjoyed this video and a little insight into what is going on behind the scenes of the cleaning videos. It is me trying to focus on paying off bills and budgeting, and I don't post videos on my budgets very often just because they get a bit redundant, and because I have nothing much changes in my budget. And I also don't share how much I actually get paid because of my company. It's stuff that I'm not allowed to share, but I definitely can share how much I'm paying towards things. But it's also, you know, like I said, filming, that takes a lot to film all of that and to share it with you guys. But I figure some of these like overall general type things you guys might enjoy. And yes, so, but this is my journey. I am really focused on this now, especially when I know this will be over in a year. Granted, I know things may change. Things may change, but the faster I can get the debt paid off, the better it is, and I don't have to worry about this. So it's like, I want to get the credit cards paid off. I want to get them paid off so that in case something else happens, I have a fallback on how to pay things. So that's where it's at right now. So again, thank you everybody for watching. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I post a new video. I post my cleaning videos on Saturday mornings so that way you guys can get up and clean along with me. And I do randomly put out these miscellaneous videos on Wednesdays, and they can be anything from DIY, lifestyle, budgeting, planning, whatever. That's just my life. I enjoy a lot of other things, so I hope you guys will join me in one of my next videos. Thank you everybody, and have a wonderful day.